Thank you guys for clicking on the video. I am Sully, and today, fellas, we have a video. Our first GM mode, so Buffalo citizens stand up. I know that we all may not live in Buffalo or in the Buffalo area, except AJ Mold and it's Kane 88, but starting this day forward, we are all citizens of Buffalo. And let me just say, I am happy with this decision. You know, Buffalo, they are a sports city through and through, and they love their sports teams, and it is just, I think they're tired of the rebuilds. You know, they want a team to get behind, and just after trading their most valuable asset, Ryan Miller, the team is in full-on rebuild mode if they weren't already, and they're looking to bring up a solid group of prospects and make them into the stars that can carry this team and this city to a Stanley Cup. So we are going to not waste any time, and let's just get through all of this stuff. I left GM firing off, or on actually, and we're going to go Buffalo. And I sort of looked at their roster already. I sort of cheated, my bad, guys. But they have, I like what they're doing, and they're not just sucking to suck. I mean, they're not just blowing the pipe because they like the taste. You know, they have a potential. They have prospects, and we're going to get into that. We're going to do a roster preview on this video as soon as the loading screen. Gosh, does it take forever. EA. Maybe we'll look how 2K simulates. It's like hot knife through butter. It gets it done. Look at this. My gosh, man. How long do we gotta wait? So we're gonna jump in, look at their prospects, and look at everything and see what they have. Because again, I compared in my pick a team thing. I compared teams to essentially, you know, it's like Lego starter sets, and a lot of the teams that are out there in these GM modes have great starter sets. But Buffalo is sort of like you create your own starter set. And what I mean by that is, let's first go in the trade negotiations. And we're just going to preview everything. I'm going to show you guys in the system what they have coming up. First, you're going to see almost $12 million. Now, I personally am a huge, I don't like to spend money on players unless they're deserving of it. I always try and cheap them of their value. So $12 million is a lot of money. That would allow us to sign, you know, coming up like a Taves caliber player. That would allow us to sign pretty much anyone. But the issue we run into is we have a lot of great young prospects, not including 2 first-round picks this year and 2 first-round picks next year. Now, again, the Islanders' first-round pick is more to take into consideration than St. Louis, because St. Louis is built for a Stanley Cup. So that will probably be a low pick. But the Islanders, now, that from the Vanek trade is a huge thing, and Buffalo citizens should rejoice. That allows us these 2 years. I want to try and front-load as many picks without compromising our prospects. Like the Capitals, who drafted Ovi and Nicholas, we have consecutive years. I think even Mike Green, they drafted that trio in 2 years, or 3, whatever. The point is that you suck for 2 years, get your solid group of prospects that you're going to move forward with your future, and then you build around them. So that's what we're going to do. But also, it's not just their draft picks that you have to be excited about. Buffalo, look at their goaltending. They have a great prospect in Makarov. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Give me a little bit of grace with the pronunciation of these names, by the way, people, please. But 4.5 green star, or 3.5, excuse me, at age 20. Either way, if we don't keep him, he has enough trade value where we could move him for a better prospect, or package him with Noivy for a better prospect, then sign fill-ins until that prospect develops. So we have flexibility. On defense, look at trade value. Myers will be a guy we hold on to for the future. I don't think we would trade him just because he's so young. We should keep him. And then moving forward, I think I'm not going to try and pronounce this guy's name. I'll look it up later, but I think we can move him for a pick. I think his value is high enough. A team that was on the cusp, of making the playoffs would want him. And so let's go back. These two guys right here, I have to look them up. I'm going to do some more research about them. But I know you guys know these guys from the Olympics, but again, these two players right here, I will not even give their name a shot, but again, they are the future for the defense. And you go down the list, Roth Christian. I know it's Enroth, I believe, but he will be looked to be traded. Christian, I don't know what they were smoking, but for 4 years at 8 years, or $4 million at 8 years, that's insane to me. I would never give out that type of contract. He's going to go. Ideally, I would look to trade a second with him to try and get a first to a team that's desperate enough. But again, Zadorov, he's a great guy. He's a prospect coming up defensive-wise. And again, if he doesn't fit the bill, we can trade him and get another guy in here. So defensively, they're great. I like what they're doing. Stewart is young enough where we could sort of get a first round if we wanted to. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. Would we want a first-round pick for this guy? And then outside of that, you don't really have a lot in terms of prospects for the right wing, so maybe a right wing in this upcoming draft. We have enough picks where we have a lot of holes that we can fill with these two drafts. So scouting will be crucial these next 2 years. Carrier, again, he's a prospect for the future. I like him. 4 solid gold stars. And look at the hair. He knew he was getting his picture taken this day. I mean, look at that. That's like Head and Shoulders type shampoo with conditioner. He was ready to go. But again, second round, he was a solid draft pick. Great job by Buffalo on that end. And then Conacher, maybe for the future, I think we could use him as well. But if we don't, it's flexibility to build what we want. If we don't want Conacher on this team, we can move him. And so, but the centerpiece is where they stand out with prospects. Gergenson's solid guy. I like what they did with that pick. He's a guy that we're going to use to build around the future. And you look at 19, look at his stats already. Skating is excellent in terms of him being 19. You can't ask for more. Defense, it's going to get better. Specifically, stick checking, I want that to be in the mid-80s. But again, offensive awareness, the senses, the poise is there at 1975. That's a great stat, man. So this guy, and then Grigorenko. I just saw a YouTube video of him, so I'm sorry if I botched Grigorenko. I'm sorry if I botched the name of that, but it's Mikhail Grigorenko, and he was a great pick by them to fill that the middle down the line. He'll be solid too. So this is what I want to pitch to you guys because I went a little long in this video, and then Ennis, he'll be solid, 23. So this is what I want to post to you guys, though. Center, they're looking strong for the future, but they have enough prospects where we may be able to trade guys to build a team now. And where we have so many picks, let's look at our picks. We have so many picks for the future. We could just try and say, screw rebuilding. Let's try and just go balls out and get some trades and get some players in here that can work right now and that we can win with right now in the future. I'm not saying we go out and get 33-year-olds that will help us, but we could have a fire sale of our prospects and bring in guys and we can try and win right now. Or we can take the long road and rebuild. It's going to be some hard years ahead of us, but I think with the foundation that Buffalo has and the scouting that will go into this season, next season, the citizens of Buffalo have no reason to fret over the future of this team. And so I've said my sales pitch for you guys, the citizens of Buffalo. I know you're tired of losing. I know you're tired of just the endless pitches of rebuild and success. And now that Ryan Miller's gone, there's a hole. And he was arguably the heart of the team. And so moving forward, this upcoming draft has to be critical for the team. And I mean, I think we have some guys that will stay with us. Myers is one for sure. Hodgkinson, he'll stay. I want to keep the guys 23 who are in their 80s. But the rest of them, 23 who are, yeah, I said that right. I was like, what am I saying? But no, I think that's what we should do. Who would be on the move for me? Really not much at this point. I mean, I would say Stewart. We could fetch a draft pick for him, a first rounder, and then what may be even, you know, a good idea is we go to free agency and we pick up a right winger who's affordable that we can work with, and you know, we throw him in there, bump I think it's Stafford up, and then we go from there and just try, sort of just honestly just try and tank. But we could do the fire sale. It's up to you guys. I'll leave it to you in the comments, and let's just check if there's any gems out there at age 20. Whew. John Markwell. I don't think he's going to cut it. But either way, enough of me yambling my trap off in the first. We're not going to do any simulation, but in the next video, I am going to try and trade away. I'm going to botch his name, but you know what? As the kids say, YOLO. Enroth. Or Enroth. I'm going to look that up. I'm going to look that name up. But either way, he's going to be gone in the next video. 8 years at $4 mil. He'll be gone. So we're going to try and fill that void in the next video and get a month of simulation in the books. But again, what is your strategy, or what do you guys think we should do? Citizens of Buffalo. Tank 2 years. Get our prospects for the future and go that route moving forward? Or do we try and fire sale everything and then be a contender right now? I'm going to leave it to you guys to let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. I ask, you know, moving forward, just give me a little bit of grace with these names. This is my first GM playthrough, and I'm not accustomed to it. I'm a little bit on edge about it because I want it to be entertaining. So let me know what you guys thought and try and give me some grace in the comments. But if you like the video, please like it. And guys, I will see you later.